today, number 7, Lexi Anguello. Behind the plate, number 9, Gigi Garcia. And at shortstop, number 17, Memory Munoz. The Cougars are led by head coach John Wismouth and assistant coaches Ashley Russo, Joe Lynn, and Cam Young. Fans at this
Hi, everybody, and welcome into the Cougar Sports Network as we get ready for softball action here today on a Friday in January. Opening game of the 2023 season, the COC Cougars and the Folsom Lake Falcons. Hi, everybody. I'm Matt Robinson. Happy to have you along with us as always. Should be a good one here today. Two teams getting their season started here under the beautiful sunshine in Santa Clarita. What a gorgeous day we've got today for softball. And the first game of the 2023 season about to get underway. We'll get you the starting lineups for both sides right now. For Folsom Lake, Angelina Becerra going to start in right field and lead things off. Then Araceli James in the shortstop in the 2 spot. Sydney Verlin, the first baseman, batting third. Then Haley Reginato in the 4 spot playing left field today. The DP is Isabella Savala batting in the 5 spot. Emma Gayton, the pitcher today, batting in the 6 spot. Michaela Pamplona doing the catching, the battery, batting 6th and 7th. Then Lauren Martinez hitting 8th and playing 3rd. And Adriana Vasquez playing second base and hitting in the 9th spot with Elizabeth Wiley, the flex, out in center field. For the Cougars on the other side defensively, it'll be Allison Melgar at first, Ariana Soto at second, Memory Munoz at short, Lily Baggett at third, then Brianne Tall, Ashlyn Heck, and Julia Fuentes from left to right in the outfield. The battery today getting the start, Lexi Angulo behind the dish, Mackenzie Gardette as first start of her career today for Lexi Angulo, getting the start here on opening day for College of the Canyons. As they'll face a Folsom Lake team that last year went 22-23, 10-14 in their conference play. They lost their final 2 games of the regular season. They come in today trying to start things off on the right foot. As Angelina Becerra will lead things off as she faces Lexi Angulo getting the start. First pitch misses, or is called strike on the outside corner. And we are underway. Top of the first here from Whitten Field at College of the Canyons, our first game of the season. Head coach for COC, John Wismath. Also the head women's basketball coach right now, so doing double duty as the season gets started. As this one chopped on the ground towards third, picked up by Baggett. Throw it across to first to Melgar in time. And one away to start things off for COC.
Now batting for the Falcons, number 4, Araceli Davies.
So we'll bring Araceli Jamies into the plate. Jamies takes a pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. Jamie's a freshman out of Lincoln, California, went to Lincoln High School. Starting in game number 1 of the season for Folsom Lake Falcons. Zangulo's pitch misses up and away. The count at 1-1. Just underway if you're just joining us. We appreciate you coming along for Friday as we get started in our baseball and softball coverage here in 2023. As this one lifted in the air towards left field. Tall drifting back will make the easy play. And 2 up, 2 down, and Sydney Verlin will step in. Verlin last year batted .275 with a .352 on-base percentage and a .438 slugging percentage. Had 22 hits and 80 at-bats. One of the sophomore leaders this year for Folsom Lake. Out of Moscow, Idaho, Moscow High School. Makes the first pitch for a called strike. Gulo starting off nicely here. 2 batters up, 2 batters down. She checks the wristband and will get set to come to the plate on the 0-1 pitch. On the outer half of the plate, a called strike 2. So Verlin behind, 0-2. Last year, Verlin 23 strikeouts in her 80 at-bats. Played in 38 games for the Falcons. Start today at first base. As she waits on the 0-2, misses down. The count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Good 1-2 on the inner half. Freezes Verlin. And Gulo has her first strikeout of the season, her first strikeout of her career. 3 up, 3 down to open up the first. No runs, no hits, nobody left. Half an inning in the books. The Cougars coming up. So half inning in the books. Good start for COC. So send the following lineup to the plate here today in their first game. Julio Fuentes, the right fielder, will lead things off. Then Ari Soto, the second baseman in the 2 spot. Ashlyn Heck batting third and doing her work out in center field today. Allison Melgard, the third baseman, in the 4 spot. Then Breanne Tall, the left fielder. All 5 of them on the roster last year and were a big part of the COC run to the playoffs last year. Then Lily Bagat, the third baseman, batting in the 6th spot. Mackenzie Gardette, the DP, in the 7th spot. Lexi Angulo, the pitcher, in the 8th spot. Gigi Garcia, the catcher, in the 9th spot. With flex as Memory Munoz. As Emma Gayton will get the start here for Folsom Lake College. Gayton, the sophomore out of Rio Linda last year, didn't pitch it all last year, getting the opportunity to go to work in the circle today. First pitch misses down as Julia Fuentes starts things off, and we are underway here in the home half of the first. Fuentes last year, pretty solid numbers at the dish for COC. She takes a called strike. Started the season off red hot, kind of cooled off late, but hit 366 with a 422 on base and a 553 slugging percentage. Had 45 hits, 10 doubles, 2 triples, and 3 home runs. Drove in 35 RBIs during the 2022 season as she hits this one in the air down the right field line for a base hit. The Cougars have their first base runner of the ball game, a leadoff single for Julia Fuentes. An excellent start for the Cougars here in the first. So a little soft line drive out to right field for Fuentes. That'll bring Ari Soto to the plate. Soto, the sophomore out of Venice High School, didn't get a chance to play last year. Played a little bit defensively, but didn't really get much opportunities at the plate as she shows bunt. Will slap the first pitch foul up the left field line. So leadoff runner aboard for COC here in the first inning. Defensively for Folsom Lake, Verlin at first, Vasquez at second, Jamie's at short, excuse me, Martinez at third, Reginato, Wiley, and Bacara from left to right in the outfield with the battery in Gayton and Pampelona. Fuentes last year not really apt to run. The Cougars didn't do a lot of running. As Fuentes will put this one on the ground. Martinez scoops it up and will throw to first, so a sacrifice bunt. As Fuentes down to second, Soto out at first, 5-3, but does her job. One down here at the bottom of the first, and that'll bring Ashlyn Heck to the plate. Heck last year was really the key cog in the wheel for the COC offense. When you look at the numbers for Heck, she led the team in batting average, .434 last year, had 62 hits, 13 doubles. She was one of the state leaders in triples with 10 last year. She added 3 home runs, 39 runs batted in, and 143 at bats. She scored 45 runs, and she did most of her work out of the leadoff spot last year. Getting the chance to hit the 3 spot as she takes a called strikes behind the count 0-1. So we talked about played in 42 games last year for the Cougars, was 24th in the state in at-bats, 15th in the state in runs scored, 14th in the state in hits. The numbers just keep getting better. 2nd in the state in triples. She fouls this one away, kind of shakes it off, looks down at the ground, is behind the count 0-2. And this is where Heck was so dangerous and so tough last year. Didn't strike out a lot, but get behind in the count and just be able to battle her way through counts. Only 13 strikeouts and 143 at-bats last year. So you talk about really a tough out at the plate. That's certainly what she was. She waits for the 0-2 pitch well off the plate as Pampelona trying to get her to chase, and the count is 1-2. As we said, Heck was so very dangerous, so very tough to handle last year. And I would expect more of the same out of her this year. She waits on the 1-2, not chasing the breaking ball away. And it evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And again, that's what we talked about with Heck. So tough, so difficult to get out and get to chase pitches. That's just not really what her strength is. She kind of waits for that spot, and that's why you look and get 10 doubles, 26 extra base hits as she rips this one out to center field for a base hit. Fuentes going to round third but stay there. Ball kicks away from Verlin but stays close enough in the circle that it'll just put runners on the corners. And Heck has her first base hit of the season. Cougars on first and third with 1 away, and Allison Melgar coming to the plate. So a sharp single from Ashlyn Heck picks up where she left off in 2022 here in 2023. The Cougars with a pair of runners aboard on the corner here. Have Emma Gayton in a little bit of trouble here in the first. So here comes Allie Melgar. Melgar, another one last year that had a superb season at the plate. She was an all-conference pitcher last year, but she did a lot of damage at the plate as well. As Heck in motion, the throw down to second. It's going to get out to center field. Fuentes is going to score. Heck going to try and make it to third as the ball got away from Wiley, and she'll slide in safely. The Cougars are on the board. A 1-0 lead for College of the Canyons off a little double steal action. And it'll put another runner back on third base for COC as Heck trying to really kind of just get the defense napping, and it kind of works out for COC. And a 1-0 lead, and that's going to bring a visit out to the mound for Folsom Lake. As head coach Amber Graham going to come out and talk to the roster as Folsom looks a little bit rattled here early on. The Cougars a little bit of pressure. On the Folsom Lake defense here early on. And a 1-0 lead as Melgar doesn't have to do much to get the run across, just lets Heck and Fuentes go to work. And he's got a chance to bring another one in here with Heck, who runs very well. Last year, 14 of 16 on the bases. Standing on third, so a deep fly ball will get things done. As talked about Melgar's numbers last year. Hit .426, had 5 home runs, 35 runs batted in. And she fouls this one off to the right and finds herself behind in the count, 0-2. Talked about Melgar, an all-conference pitcher last year and all-conference hitter as well. She was pretty darn good. 35th in the state in hits with 55. She's 22nd in doubles with 15, had 5 home runs, which is 37th best in the state, and top 50 in RBIs with her 35 was number 48. She waits for the 1-1 pitch, and that one misses away. I believe it puts the count at 2 balls and 1 strike. Melgar fouls that one away. And actually, it's Isabella Savala pitching. I'm sorry. We had Emma Gayton listed as the pitcher, but I believe that was a change made, so we'll adjust that. We apologize. Part of the fun of softball is you get the roster, and they make changes fast and furious right before the first pitch. That one misses away. So Savala, who was the DP. The one doing the pitching here finds herself in a bit of trouble, down to 1-0 as Melgar pops this one up straight back of the plate. Playable for Pamplona, and she'll make the catch just behind the plate for the second out of the inning. So due down, Pamplona comes up with it. It's a pop out behind the dish. 2 down and Breon Tall coming to the plate.
Number 18, Breon Tall.
Tall had a pretty solid season last year as well, a .269 hitter during the 2022 campaign as she hits this one down the line and right in foul territory, giving chase. A trio of Falcons not going to get there. So first pitch swinging fouls it off. Tall 138 at-bats last year, 130 at-bats last year, 35 hits, 9 doubles, a triple, and 3 home runs. Drove in 28 runs last season in 43 games for the Cougars. Had a little bit of trouble in the strikeout numbers, 25 strikeouts in those 130 at-bats. But when she is going, she's going well, and that was part of the success for COC last year. She takes that one on the inner half for a called strike. So Tall down to her final strike here this first inning. She swings and hits this one on the ground towards short. James picks it up, will fire to first, and that will end the inning. Cougars get one, though, on a stolen base, a double steal as Fuentes came around to score. So 1-0 COC lead. We'll step aside second inning when we come back here on the Cougar Sports Network. College of the Canyons wants you to get ready, reset, and go when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougar Athletics programs offer a great college experience. And COCathletics.com now. Folks, if you've got a student at home that wants to learn more about the sports medicine profession, join us on February 4th from 10 a.m. to noon here at College of the Canyons in the East PE building for some professional panels, a professional booth fair hosted by COC's Sports Medicine Department and Valencia High School. So 10 a.m. to noon here at College of the Canyons, free and open to the public, so send them down and we'll teach them a little bit about the sports medicine profession. Sarah Ursum and Eric Butrongo, our head athletic trainers here, do a phenomenal job keeping our athletes healthy and ready to go. So go to work here in the second inning. Cougars pushed a run across in the first, have a 1-0 lead. As it'll be Reginato, Savala, and Gayton here to hit in this second inning for Folsom Lake. Haley Reginato, 304 last year, 31 hits and 102 at-bats as she swings and fouls the first pitch away. Played in 42 games last year, had 8 doubles, a triple, and a home run with 19 runs batted in. Reginato, the sophomore utility player out of Casa Robles High School, Fair Oaks, California. She finds herself behind in the count as Angulo, who started off the first nicely for COC, is ahead in the count here. 0-2, and that's been the story so far, just through an inning and a batter, is Angulo did a very nice job in that first, staying ahead in the count, and does the same to start here in the second. Something at times last year the Cougars in the circle had some trouble with. Melgar would at times fall. Kind of a simple fact of baseball and softball. Really, you work ahead in the count as a pitcher, you're going to give yourself a good chance to set down batters and get out innings for a real fast one. Those two teams met tomorrow. Saddleback looking like a perennial contender in 3C2A baseballs. This one hit sharply on the ground towards short. It's going to get by a diving Memory Munoz, and Reginato has a base hit. First runner aboard today for Folsom Lake. It's a good swing from Reginato, a hard hit ball that gets by Munoz out to left field, and that'll bring Isabella Savala to the plate. Savala, just a freshman out of Brio Olinda High School, Anaheim, California. Just down the 5 freeway from us a little bit. Takes a strike. And John Wismath pokes his head out of the dugout. It's going to call time. Going to go talk to Lexi Angulo here. It's going to bring the whole infield in to have a chat. Interesting, right after a pitch for a strike. Remember, just the first game of the year, so everybody kind of still feeling things out a little bit and getting themselves dialed in. That includes the coaching staffs and the rosters for both sides. So Wismath teaching, trying to get everybody set up. And we'll go back to work. 1-0 COC. Got a run off a double steal as Fuentes came in to score after Ashlyn Heck stopped herself halfway between first and second, but the ball got thrown out to center field, so the Cougars able to steal a run out of it. Nobody out here in the second as this one chopped on the ground towards third. Picked up by Bagat. Throws to second in time for one. So the Cougars get the lead runner, one away. It's a tight play at second as running well was Reginato, but she is cut down. So Savala will trade places with Reginato, and Emma Gayton will come to the plate. Gayton, who was initially listed as the starting pitcher, now moves herself into the DP position and will hit here. Gayton, the sophomore out of Rio Linda, fouls this one away. Gayton didn't play for Folsom Lake last year. Nonetheless, finds herself in her sophomore year. And Angulo trying to work around a leadoff hit. This one hit right back up the box for a base hit. Trying to get Savala at second was Heck, but was just short of it. So it'll put runners on first and second here with one away. As a sharp single for Emma Gayton. And they're going to pinch run here for Savala. And Elizabeth Wiley, the flex, going to run here. So runners on first and second for Pamplona, who takes a big hack on the first pitch for a strike. Pamplona, 307 hitter last year, drove in 13 runs on 27 hits and 88 at-bats during her 38 games. Chance to try and get Folsom Lake back to even here. It's one away, runners on first and second. Wiley, the center fielder, last year played in 44 games, scored 11 runs. She only had she played in 32 games, only had 44 at-bats, was used often in this same position. It does have some speed. Stole 13 bases, only caught twice last year. So no ball and 2 strikes count here to Pamplona. Pamplona just 11 Ks last year. In those 88 at-bats, takes that pitch up. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Angulo getting settled up. Pitch just misses on the inside. Wiley well off the second base bag, but Gardette up out of the crotch quickly, able to make sure she doesn't try and take off. Count, though, even at 2-2 here. So the Cougars kind of want to focus maybe on getting the hitter at the plate here with 2 on. Forced an inning bag at the moment as we wait on the 2-2 pitch. This one lifted in the air, down the line and left. Coming in to make the play is Brianne Tall. An easy catch for her, 2 down. So a good pitch, a nice pitcher's pitch that time for Angulo. Gets Pamplona to fly out to left field. Runners are not able to move ahead, so that'll bring Lauren Martinez to the plate. Martinez, a 181 hitter last year, 17 hits and 94 at-bats. Her sophomore year trying to get off to a better start than maybe the season finished last year. Has runners on first and second. Takes the first pitch and fouls it away. On a little check swing. Again, Angulo starting ahead in the count. In motion, Gardette's throw to third, not going to be in time. Wiley on a straight steal, has third base swiped. And it'll put runners on the corners. Makes it a little easier here on Martinez to try and drive a run in and get it back to even. So Wiley with a stolen base out of the flex position, running for Savala. Puts runners on the corners, and the pitch on the outer half for a called strike. The count 1-2. This one lined right to Ali Melgar at first. She makes the play. And that'll end the inning. So Folsom Lake strands a pair of runners on the corners. Couple of hits, no runs, 2 left on. We go to the home half of the second inning. COC with a 1-0 lead.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
We'll get ready for the Class of 2023 Hall of Fame induction ceremony Wednesday, March 29th. The Santa Clarita Performing Arts Center. It'll be a nice time. Make sure you join us here on the Cougar Sports Network. We'll stream it live for you if you can't make it out. Should be a fun event. A little bit SB style. Our sports information director, Jesse Munoz, putting it together right now. So, again, make sure you join us March 29th. Class of 2023 induction ceremony. For more information, head to cocathletics.com. As we'll have the announcement of the honorees coming soon. So we go to the home half of the second inning here. It'll be Bagat, Gardette, and Angulo to the plate for COC. Facing Savala here in the second inning. So Lily Bagat, freshman infielder out of West Ranch High School, starting the opening game of the season for COC. Getting her first opportunity at the plate in her college career, as we will go to work, facing Savala here in the second inning. As that one hits her right in the hip. So the Cougars with the leadoff runner aboard. Bagat takes it right off the hip. No worse for the wear. That'll bring Mackenzie Gardette to the plate. Gardette will take the pitch down and away. Gardette just 22 at-bats last year, had 1 hit in those 22 at-bats, only played in 16 games. Did not get many opportunities. Trying to get herself off to a good start here in 2023 as she takes that pitch down and away. She takes that pitch for a strike. Back out so far, staying put at first base. It's the 2-1 pitch fouled away. Gardette gives it a good cut. So we'll leave the count at 2-2. That pitch misses down and away. Good pitch that time, though, by Savala. Nice little spot trying to get Gardette to chase. But it puts the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three-2 on the way. Called strike 3, the upper portion of the zone. Gardette down looking for strikeout of the ball game for Savala. Fell behind 0-2, came back and got the strikeout. So it'll put 1 down. Bring Lexi Angulo to the plate. Angulo doing the pitching today is through 2 innings, has not given up a run. Now she'll try and help herself here. She swings at the first pitch. Swung right through it, behind in the count, 0-1. That one bounces down in the dirt. Good block behind the plate by Pamplona. Keeps the ball in front and keeps the runner put. The Cougars last year, surprised so far they haven't run bug out here. 84 stolen bases and 100 opportunities last season. Only caught stealing 16 times. She's talking about 84% on the bases last season, as that was part of the game for COC. Was to run and put pressure on the defense, but John Wismath playing a little conservative here. Is this one on the ground towards short? Jamies picks it up, gets the lead runner at second base. Not in time at first, despite a good stretch from Verlin. So fielder's choice. It'll put a runner back on first base with 2 away. It'll bring Gigi Garcia to the plate. Jamies DeVasquez for the first. For the second out of the inning, we should say. And that'll bring in Garcia. Takes a called strike. Gigi out of John Burroughs High School. Former Foothill League competitor. No longer in the Foothill League since Santa Clarita added a couple more schools to the list in the Hart District. But team that people out here who grew up in Santa Clarita playing for one of the 4 original high schools know as well. As this one hit in the air towards center field. Originally coming in was Wiley. Had to stop and back up, makes the play, and that'll end the inning. So 2 innings in the books, a 1-0 COC lead. We'll head to the 3rd when we come back.
Our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
So it'll be Vasquez, Boquera, and Jamies here for Folsom Lake College as we get ready for the third inning. So we got to work here in the third. Vasquez, sophomore out of Shelton High School, Elk Grove, California, getting the start here today, getting her first at-bat of the season. Vasquez last year, a 185 hitter, 10 hits and 54 bats, played in 35 games, swings through the first pitch, behind in the count, 0-1. So Angulo stays with the theme of the first two innings, starting ahead. As she faces Vasquez. Set the first three batters down she faced in the ball game. Had a little trouble in the second, goes to work here in the third. It's that one up and away. Good take that time from Vasquez. So Vasquez just 52 at-bats last year. Struck out 4 times in those 52 at-bats. Drove in 10 runs. Sorry, drove in 9 runs. I was actually looking, or 5 runs. I was looking at the wrong line. Struck out 9 times. It happens. First game of the year for us. First game of the year for the kids out on the field as she chose bunt. Puts it up the first base line. Cougars going to let it go foul. As Garcia and Melgar chasing after it. So Vasquez finds herself behind in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. As we work here in the third. One-two pitch fouled away. So we'll do it again on 1 ball and 2 strikes. Defense pretty much a normal situation. We're trying to get Vasquez to chase, but says I don't think so. So we go back to college career as well. This one hit in the air towards center field. Heck gonna have to give chase on a ball that's hit deep over her shoulder and makes a smooth catch. Beautiful play from Ashlyn Heck for the first out of the inning. And that's what we saw a lot of last year out of Heck. One of the better defensive center fielders in the state of California last season. Showing off the range right here. We saw it a number of times last year. Heck last year, just 2 errors over the course of 42 games. In 67 chances, had 59 put out, 6 assists, a .970 field percentage, and she was shallow out there in center field with the 9-hitter at the plate in Vasquez, but drifts back, makes it look pretty easy. The first down here of the inning as Boquera comes to the plate, grounded to third base in her first at bat. This one, a little soft blooper towards third, an easy play for Baga. 2 down. So Araceli Jamies coming to the plate. Flew out to left field in her first at bat. Zangulo looks at the dugout, gets the signal, looks to the wrist, and comes with the first pitch that misses up. 2 down here in the third. This one lined back up the middle towards center field for a base hit. Good swing that time from Jamie's on a pitch up in the zone, and she just went up and got it. Third hit of the ball game here for Folsom Lake. Gives them a runner on first with 2 away here in the third. Sydney Verlin comes to the plate, struck out last time up. Verlin last year a little susceptible to strike out with 23 Ks in her 80 at-bats during the season. She swings, runner in motion, throw down to second base is in time to nab. Jamie's at second. A nice throw from Garcia, and that'll end the third inning. So a 1-2-3 inning. It'll leave Verlin at the plate. And we'll head to the home half of the third. COC out in front with a 1-0 lead.
Meet Nigel Terry. In 2018, UCLA Health made him Laker for a day. Not because he beat cancer once, he beat cancer twice. He inspired us to push, to make the impossible possible. Because that's what Nigels do. And the world needs more Nigels. UCLA Health.
Home half of the third we go. Cougars will send the top of the order to the plate in Fuentes, Soto, and Heck. Zavala will go back to work here in the third. Outside of that first inning, first couple of hitters, she's been pretty good. She hit Baggett, but got Gardette to strike out, got Angulo to ground into a fielder's choice, and then got Garcia to fly out to center field. She faces the top of the order once again here. Fuentes with a single her last time up. Came around to score. A little soft line drive, single out towards right field that last time.
Leading off for the Cougars, number 8, Julia Fuentes.
Fuentes' first pitch swinging, lifts it in the air towards shallow center field, and coming in to make the play is Wiley. Almost overran it, but was able to make the catch. So 1 down here in the home half of the third. And Ari Soto, who sacrificed the runner over to second base. Fuentes in the first inning, comes back to the plate. Pitch on the outer half from Zavala. Count even at 1-1. This one hit back up the middle. That'll get through for a base hit for Soto. Squeezed right through the legs of Zavala. And the Cougars with a 1-out base runner here. Soto has her first hit of the season. Now bring us back to Ashlyn Heck, who last time sharply singled out to center field. Really picked up right where she left off.
At the plate, number 13, Ashlyn Heck.
From a season ago. This one fouled away off to the left. Already talked a lot about Heck offensively. We saw the glove, the leather flashed in that last inning out in center field. Runner in motion. Heck just a lazy swing to protect Soto. Soto down to second base easily, so the Cougars swipe a bag. Soto with a stolen base. And now Heck with a runner out there, a chance to try and get the Cougars another run. This is part of what made Heck so difficult to deal with last year, hitting with 2 strikes, driving in runners. This one chopped back up the middle, goes in and out of the glove of Zavala. Going to be a tough play to first base, able to get Heck. Soto trying to move up to third, does. So Heck chops back to the pitcher. But able to move the runner ahead for the second out of the inning as Soto now down to third.
Good work, 1-3. She's on third because of you.
2 down, and that'll bring Ali Melgar to the plate. Melgar popped out behind the dish last time up.
Now batting number 22, Allison Melgar.
Go 2-2. You're right.
Melgar trying to find her first hit of the season, trying to give the Cougars an extra run of insurance here. She swings at the first pitch, an off-speed pitch, fouled away off to the left. And immediately hear it from Coach Wismath. We got to be disciplined on that. We can't chase it. And that I would say he's probably right. He knows that Allie's one of the better hitters on the roster and should be able to lay off that for an extra second and kind of wait for a good pitch. Instead, she's behind in the count, 0-1. As she swings and lifts this one in the air towards left field, deep back towards the wall, but making the catch is Reginato, as Melgar gave it a ride, but just came up a little bit short. And that'll end the third inning. So the Cougars leave a runner in third base. We head to the fourth. Still a 1-0 COC lead here from Whitten Field. So we work here in the top half of the fourth inning. Dan Angulo gets Verlin to pop up towards second base. Easy play for Soto. One down here in the top half of the fourth. This is Haley Reginato, singled sharply out into left field past the diving Memory Munoz. Back in the second inning. Fouls this one back. One ball, one strike, the count here in the fourth. 1-0 COC, the only run coming back in the first inning for the Cougars. This one hit on the ground towards right. That'll get through for a base hit. Fuentes couldn't come up with the ball cleanly. So Reginato has a base hit. Her second of the ball game. With one away, we'll put a runner on first base. So Reginato 2 for 2 here to open up. Bring Isabella Savala back to the plate. Savala grounded into a fielder's choice last time up. Pitch misses away. That one misses down. 2 balls and no strikes, so Angulo rare today, falling behind after giving a 1-out single up to Reginato. Savala waits. It's this one on the ground towards short. Munoz, only play is going to be across to first, and the throw is going to be wide of first. Melgar can't apply the tag, so it'll put runners on first and second with 1 out. As Savala down on an error. First error of the ball game, an errant throw from Munoz. That'll bring Emma Gayton, who singled sharply to center field, back up to the plate here. Pitch in for a strike. Gayton fouls this one up the third base line, so it's no balls and 2 strikes. So no 2 pitch here. Angulo trying to get herself out of some trouble with runners on first and second. This one lined up the third base line, just foul. Would have easily evened the ball game up as Gayton hit it hard down the third base line, but just had a little bit too much hook on it. Not even given Folsom Lake a chance to try and score Savala from first as it went down into the corner. So this one gets away from Garcia on a pitch on the inner part of the plate. Now we got runners on second and third here for Folsom Lake. So now the Cougars find themselves in some trouble here. A 1-ball, 2-strike count. Caton, who's already hit the ball hard a couple of times. One up the middle for a base hit, one down the left field line that was just smoked foul. Has a chance to try and bring home 2 and flip the script here in the 4th as that one misses away. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So we wait on a 2-2 pitch. This one chopped back towards the pitcher. It gets through Angulo's legs. The throw to the plate. Gonna be just in time to cut down Reginato. And now they've got a runner in a rundown between first and second. Munoz will throw back to third. They still have a rundown going between first and second. They'll just run everybody back. So it'll put runners back on the corners. So it'll put 2 down with runners on the corners. Ball got through Angulo's legs, but Munoz coming up, able to pick up the ball and make a solid throw to the plate to cut down Reginato for the second out of the inning and saves a run. And now puts 2 down here with Pamplona at the plate. So Pamplona, who flew out to left field in her last at-bat, steps in. They're going to try and hold a runner up, and they're going to get the 3rd out of the inning. And then Soto actually almost puts it into Garcia's helmet after she gets the 3rd out of the inning. So Folsom trying to steal a run, not going to be able to get it. Pamplona is going to be left at the plate as Gayton cut down stealing. So 3 outs after a base hit, an error. 1 runner left on at the end of 3.5. We go to the C, leading 1-0.
At Jersey.
The Cougars will send Tall, Baggett, and Gardette to the plate here in the home half of the 4th inning. Savala still in there in the circle. Going to work for her 4th after the trouble in the first has been pretty good, has only seen a couple of base runners, but hasn't really had to flirt with disaster. Soto had the single in the third, got all the way around to third after a stolen base, but she got through Heck and Melgar. Avoided giving up a run back in the third as she faces Tall here in a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Tall grounded to short in her first at bat. Pitch down in the dirt. That pitch called for a strike in the upper portion of the plate, up and in, but not much Tall could have done with it, so it evens the count at 2-2. This one hit on the ground towards third. It's a foul ball, so we'll come back and do it again. This one chopped off of Tall's foot, so we'll stay put and we'll do it again here on a 2-2 pitch. As we said, Zavala after that first gave up a leadoff single to Fuentes, gave up a hard line drive single to Heck in the first inning. Double steal brought the run across for COC. Since then, she's been good. She hit Baggett, but got out of trouble in the second. Gave up a single to Soto, but she got no further than third. Just misses on a breaking ball in the inner half, and the count now full at 3-2 here with nobody out in the first inning. And Tall going to work a walk. First walk of the day issued by either side. Runner on first here for COC with nobody out. Leadoff runner aboard for just the third time today. This one popped up in foul ground for Verlin to come across and make the play on the first pitch to Baggett. And so Baggett unable to move the runner over. That'll bring Mackenzie Gardette to the plate with one down. So Gardette struck out looking her first time up. Faces Zavala for the second time. Takes a pitch down and in. Tall staying put. Gardette rips this one foul. Good hack that time from Gardette. Gardette swinging this time. Tall gonna take second base. Gardette with a protect swing, so Tall with a stolen base. Tall last year just 3 stolen bases and 3 opportunities, but she swiped second, so the Cougars now in business with 1 away and a runner in scoring position. Gardette behind in the count 1-2. That one misses away, so the count now even at 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away here in the 4th inning. Cougars clinging to a 1-0 lead. That run came back in the 1st. As Gardette rips this one foul again. Just a little ahead of it, as that one might have went off the sheriff's building out there behind the left field fence. So we stay at 2-2. Gardette a couple of good swings, just can't keep the ball in play. Trying to get to Zavala here in the 4th inning. That one misses away, so the count now full here to Gardette with 1 away. Tall running around out there at second base. Trying to make the defense think about it for a moment. Gardette's going to work a 1-out walk. So to put runners on first and second here. The Cougars going to pitch hint for Lexi Angulo. And Sashlyn Rombo going to come in and hit here. Freshman out of West Ranch High School getting a chance with runners on first and second and 1 away. So this is a big spot for the freshman here. Cougars just leading by a run. But a pair of walks from Zavala here in the 4th inning has COC working. So they're in business with a pair of runners on. So Rombo takes the first pitch. Tall trying to steal third. Will have it easily. Gardette follows her down. And so now the Cougars with runners on second and third in business here for Rombo. Shaylin finds herself ahead in the count. 1 ball and no strikes. Martinez playing well in of the third base bag at third. Same thing with the first baseman Verlin, as this one fouled away off the top of the Cougar clubhouse. So puts the count at 1-1. Big spot here for COC. From Zavala that time. Looked like it might be a fastball up in the zone and just bit. Nothing much Rombo could do but just kind of wave at it and hope to get a piece. 1-2 misses away. Trying to get her to chase, but could not. Best chance the Cougars have had since the first inning. Did get Soto over to third with 2 outs, but couldn't bring her home. Rombo pops this one up on the infield. Playable. Vasquez coming across. Her and Jamie's almost crash into one another, but able to make the play, and that'll be the second out of the inning. So to bring Gigi Garcia to the plate, Garcia flew out to center field on a sharply hit ball that Wiley initially charged in on, but then had to stop and back up. Just hung up too long for the catcher and Garcia. She waits, takes that first pitch down. Good job behind the plate by Pamplona to keep it in front. Tall runs well, so any ball that might get by Pamplona here could score Brianne Tall. It's tough. Not a lot of distance behind the plate to the backstop, but there is distance nonetheless. So 1-0 pitch. Called for a strike on the inner half of the plate. Garcia wasn't sure, but says it's all right, and she'll wait for the 1-1 pitch. That ball misses away. 2 balls and 1 strike. And again, Zavala comes back to that inside corner pitch. And it looks in on Garcia, but just catches the inner portion of the plate and makes it 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Runners on second and third. And a 1-0 ball game here in the 4th inning. Two misses up. So the count full. Runners won't be in motion here. Garcia maybe trying to get it back around to the top of the order. Cougars' only run of the ball game back in the 1st inning. It's been the only run for either side. As Garcia down on a half swing on the inside corner, a big pitch that time from Zavala. Sets her down. The Cougars strand runners on second and third. And it's a 1-0 COC lead as we head to the 5th inning here from Whitten Field. College of the Canyons wants you to get ready, reset, and go when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougar Athletics programs offer a great college experience. Get ready, reset, and go at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now. Top half of the fifth we go. Pampelona, Martinez, and Vasquez due up. First pitch from Angulo, who's back in there in the circle after being pinch hit 4. Called for a strike to Pampelona as we start the fifth. Pampelona flew to left field in her first at bat. Angulo misses up and away. 1 ball, 1 strike here in the fifth inning. Cougars with a run on 3 hits in the ball game. Folsom Lake, no runs on no hit, or on 4 hits. Had the leadoff runner aboard in the second, but it's been just about it for Folsom Lake. They did create some problems in the fourth, had runners on the corners at one point, but Angulo able to get out of the trouble. It's the 2-1 pitch over for a strike, evens the count at 2-2. This ball lifted in the air towards right field. Fuentes drifting towards the line will make the easy catch. 1 down. Comes Lauren Martinez, lined softly to the first baseman, Ali Melgar, back in the second inning to end the second. Pitch up in the top of the zone for a called strike. Gulo's gone the full way so far. He's looked pretty good. Their first college start here at Whitten Field. Really not run into many problems here. As we said, had some trouble in the fourth, but that was about it. So this one grounded towards second base. Soto charging in, will pick it up, fires over to first. 2 away here in the fifth inning. As Ariana Vasquez coming to the plate, flew out to center field on really what was a phenomenal play from Ashlyn Heck. The first out of the third inning. Heck drifting back over her left shoulder, chasing a ball down on really a ball that was hit very well by Vasquez. She hits this one softly down the right field line, foul. She'll come back to the plate behind the count, 0-1. Heck kind of playing in a similar position as she did earlier, maybe just a touch deeper. Very shallow last time against Vasquez, but finds herself into a bit of a more of a traditional position as the 1 pitch misses up and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 down here in the fifth inning. Cougars still clinging to that 1-run lead. Two balls, 1 strike to count. Vasquez takes that one away. So Angulo behind the count, goes back to work. That pitch that was called a strike pretty much all last inning for Zavala misses down and in, maybe just a touch. And so now Vasquez with 2 outs has a hitter's count at 3 balls and 1 strike. Garcia out to chat with Angulo here. Lexi back in the circle, spins the ball in her right hand, checks the left wrist for the sign and goes to work with the 3-1 pitch that's lifted in the air towards center field again. But Heck patrolling around out there will make the play. And that will end the 5th inning. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the home half. Still 1-0 COC.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Home half of the 5th we go. Ella Savala back out there to start things off in the circle for Folsom Lake. Cougars will send the top of the order to the plate here in the 5th. Fuentes, Soto, and Heck. Trying to find themselves some insurance right now, leading 1-0 in what's been a tight, pretty well played game from both sides. Not a lot of strikeouts from either side. Soto with a pair, or Savala, excuse me, with a pair of strikeouts in the ball game. For the Cougars, Angulo just 1 K in 5 solid innings of work. Fuentes, who singled and scored the only run of the ball game back in the 1st inning, comes to lead things off. Bit of a change from last year. As we said, last year, Ashlyn Heck pretty much did all of the work out of the leadoff spot for the majority of the year. She was so good out of that leadoff spot. Fuentes was a 2-3-4-5 hitter, but hitting in the leadoff spot here this season. Trying to balance out the lineup a little bit, make it a little bit more dangerous is John Wismath. As Fuentes takes the first pitch for a called strike, and behind the count as Savala starts leading off with a good pitch on the outer half. Which Savala got all the last inning. Looked nearly similar. Didn't get it that time. Maybe just down and in. It's been a tough pitch for both sides today, that inside pitch. It's feast or famine. Evens the count at 1-1. You can see Savala on that last pitch wanted it. Instead, she'll come to work with a 1-1, and this time Fuentes whacks it out to right or to left field for a base hit. So the Cougars with the leadoff runner aboard here in the 5th inning. Fuentes a sharp single out to left field. That'll bring Ari Soto back to the plate. 1 for 1 today. Singled, stole a base, sacrificed Fuentes over back in the 1st inning. It's the slap hitter out of the left-handed batter's box goes to work with the leadoff runner aboard here for the Cougars in the 5th. So the Cougars have had plenty of opportunities with the leadoff runner aboard. You look, 4th time today they've had the leadoff runner aboard as Soto slaps this one foul back off to the left. Only been able to cash in on that leadoff runner 1 time though today, back in that 1st inning as we talked about. Had the leadoff runner aboard in the 2nd as Baggett got hit. Had it again in the 4th after Tall walked all the way around to 3rd but could not score. Now Fuentes here in the 5th inning. Aboard as Soto behind the count, 0-1. That pitch misses down and away. Soto sprinting forward. That pitch misses away, and it's going to skip away from Pamplona. Fuentes was in motion the whole way. And she'll have a stolen base, so the Cougars now in business with a runner on 2nd base and nobody out here in the 5th inning. Again, we talked about COC last year being a heavy stolen base team. They ran a lot, and 100 times during the season, stole 84% of their attempted stolen bases last year. Find themselves again with another stolen base here and a runner on 2nd base and a 2-1 count for Soto. And she'll hit this one on the ground towards 1st base. It'll move the runner over as Verlin will make the easy play. But Soto does her job. Moves Fuentes over to third. And now you bring up Ashlyn Heck, who's 1 for 2 today. Singled sharply to center, grounded back to the pitcher. Chance to try and drive home a run and give the Cougars a little bit extra cushion here in this 5th inning. Heck last year, like we talked about, one of the team leaders, led the team in RBIs with 39. Was so very good at the plate in these situations. As that one gets away from Pamplona, but Fuentes wasn't moving. Probably should have scored Fuentes from third, but instead it's just a no harm, no foul ball in the dirt away. Said for Heck, 39 runs batted in last year, was top 50 in the state in RBIs as she fouls this one into Pamplona, who a little uncomfortable, but no worse for the wear. Heck on top of it, 104 total bases last year, which was top 10 in California. We talked about 10 triples last season, 13 doubles, 3 home runs, so 26 extra base hits in her 143 at-bats. Almost half of her hits were extra base hits as she takes that pitch for a called strike on the outside corner. Looked well away from here, but Heck just kind of nods her head, says it's all right. So puts it at 1-2 here with 1 out and Fuentes over at third base. As Heck swings, grounds this one towards third. Fuentes stays put, and Heck gonna ground out is a good play from Martinez. So 2 away, and that's that pitch from before from Zavala sets that up. As Heck had to give chase that time. So it brings Allie Melgar to the plate, who's flown out and popped out. 0 for 2. Trying to find her first hit of the year. This is Cougar offense, which was a good one last year, struggling a little bit today. Zavala doing a nice job against them. Another chance here, though, with 2 runners, or with a runner on and 2 outs in this 5th inning. Fuentes at third base. Zavala checks her wrists, comes set, will come to the plate. Melgar first pitch swinging, softly grounded towards second base. Vasquez an easy play. So again, the Cougars strand a runner in scoring position. The heart of the order struggling a little bit here today as Heck and Melgar come up empty with Fuentes at third base. And we head to the 6th inning in a 1-run ball game, 1-0 COC.
Meet Nigel Terry. In 2018, UCLA Health made him Laker for a day. Not because he beat cancer once, he beat cancer twice. He inspired us to push, to make the impossible possible. Because that's what Nigels do. And the world needs more Nigels. UCLA Health.
Angulo back out here for the 6th inning for COC. She'll face the top of the Folsom Lake order in Becerra, Jamies, and Verlin. The Cougars just holding a 1-0 lead as they've scored. Their only run of the ballgame was scored back in the 1st inning. Kara 0 for 2 today, grounded to third and flew out. Folsom Lake trying to get something going here. This one bunted towards Angulo. Charging in was the corners. Angulo able to pick it up and fire it to first. So Becerra trying to catch the Cougars napping a bit. Unable to do so. There's one pitch, one out here as Arcelia Jamies comes to the plate. Good job by Angulo that time fielding her position. First pitch to Jamies. For a strike, 0-1. One ball, one strike, one out here in the 6th inning in a 1-0 ball game. This one, half swing, check swing, fouled away. Angulo ahead in the count. Jamie singled back in the 3rd. Then was caught stealing to end the 3rd. The 2-out single. For Folsom Lake, they had opportunities in the 2nd with 2 on, and in the 3rd or in the 4th with 2 on, just could not cash in. Had a run cut down at the plate on a good play from Memory Munoz on a ball that got chopped between the legs of Angulo, with Reginato trying to score from 3rd. Munoz threw a strike to the plate. Garcia applied a good tag. That's been the closest the Falcons have been today. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The breaking ball misses away, and the count now full here as Jamie's trying to get on. Folsom Lake dugout making lots of noise, trying to get something going here in the 6th. Called strike 3. 2nd strikeout of the ball game for Angulo. 2 down, and Sydney Verland coming to the plate, who struck out and flew out to second base in her 2 at-bats today. Pitch misses away from Angulo to start things off here to the 3-hitter. Good pitch from Angulo that time. A big hack from Verland, just swung right through it. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Here in the 6th, Cougars clinging to a 1-run lead. Pitching duel between a pair of freshmen today as Savala and Angulo have both matched one another as Angulo ahead in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes here in the 6th, facing Verland. That one misses just away. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. 2 outs here in the 6th inning. Folsom Lake, no runs on 4 hits, no errors in the ball game. COC 1 run on 4 hits and an error in the ball game as this one popped up on the infield. Melgar camped underneath it to make the catch, and that will end the inning. So 3 up, 3 down. Solid inning that time for Angulo. We head to the home half of the 6th inning with a 1-0 ball game. COC out in front.
Meet Nigel Terry. In 2018, UCLA Health made him Laker for a day. Not because he beat cancer once, he beat cancer twice. He inspired us to push, to make the impossible possible. Because that's what Nigels do. And the world needs more Nigels. UCLA Health.
So remember, folks, you can celebrate the class of 2023 Hall of Fame induction ceremony March 29th. Santa Clarita Performing Arts Center will stream it live here on the Cougar Sports Network. Start time and details on who the honorees will be still upcoming, so check the COC Athletics website, cocathletics.com, for more information. Class of 2023 Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Don't forget as well, if you're interested in sports medicine and want to learn more about the profession itself, come to College of the Canyons February 4th, 10 a.m. to noon. In the East PE building, you can hear from professionals discussing the profession, answering your questions, giving you some inside information, hosted by College of the Canyons and Valencia High School here on February 4th. You can also promote your business with our crowds here at either Whitten Field on the Cougar Sports Network or Cougar Stadium. Dial 661-362-3491. That's 661-362-3491. Looking for some help, some sponsors, try and keep us going here on the Cougar Sports Network. We can always use your help. Give us a call. Somebody will help you out in the athletics department when you get ready to go. As we go back to work here in the 6th inning, Brianne Tall, Lily Baggett, Mackenzie Gardette as Tall first pitch swinging fouls it away. She faces Savala. It's been a pitching duel between these pair of freshmen. They've been good today. Have both gotten out of some trouble at times. The Cougars, with runners at third base multiple times today, have only been able to cash in one time. Had the leadoff runner aboard in 4 innings so far today. Trying to do the same here as Tall fouls the first pitch away. Tall 0 for 1 with a walk and a stolen base. This offense for COC, which last year was so very high-powered. 15th in the state in hits with 380 last season. As this one fouled off and to the right. Tall behind 0-2. 216 runs batted in, which was 20th most in the state. They had 19 home runs, 13th best in the state. 24 triples, which 10 of those, of course, came from Ashlyn Heck, which was 4th most in California. Just go down the line. The offense was just so very good. 16th best batting average at 324. 13th best slugging percentage at 478. So much power, and today just been held to 4 runs, or 4 hits. That tells you how good Savala has been, keeping the Cougars off balance. It's a 1-ball, 2-strike count here to Brianne Tall. Kind of expected with Fuentes, Heck, Melgar, Tall all coming back. Cougar offense would kind of pick up where it left off, but just struggling here a bit today. It's called strike 3 on the inside corner. 1 away on a breaking ball. Tall down on strikes. Third strikeout of the ball game for Savala, and that brings Lily Baggett to the plate. Hit by a pitch. And flew out to first. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it into the COC dugout. Cougars would like some insurance here. If you can add a run or two, give yourself a little bit of a cushion going into the 7th. It's a good pitch that time from Savala. It says it misses away. It looked really good from here. So again, zone kind of moving around a little bit, but it evens the count at 1-1. We've seen it today from inning to inning. That inside pitch getting called maybe about 50% of the time. So that one misses up and away. And the count at 2-1. And I know as a hitter and a pitcher, you just you want consistency more than anything else. But first game of the year for everybody today, so everybody's still working out some kinks. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. Here to Baggett, trying for her first hit in college. Her first college game today. Swings and grounds this one towards third. Picked up smoothly by Martinez and fires easily to first for the second out of the inning. So 2 down. Kenzie Garnett, who walked and struck out today, stepping back to the plate. Garnett hit a couple of balls really hard in her last plate appearance back in the 4th. Just could not keep them in play. Garnett, one of those, even though only had 1 hit last year and limited at-bats, has a bit of pop behind her. It's just a matter of connecting and putting it in play. I think some of it's confidence, too, for Garnett. Remember, only 20-plus at-bats last season. But leaned on today to be the DP, and looks like she's going to be leaned on a lot this year to be in the lineup. As a sophomore. Took the first pitch for a called strike. Behind in the count, 0-1. Swings and fouls this one off. And I've heard John Wismass say before with her, you can't be lazy on the swing, and that's another one of those just kind of hacking to protect hacks with 1 strike, and now you put yourself in the hole, 0-2. It's so hard to hit in softball as well. You can't have any lazy swings. You got to be aggressive every chance you get. As that one misses down. Good pitch, though, to set up from Zavala. Puts the ball at 1 ball and 2 strikes. So much different from baseball in terms of, yeah, you play with aggression in baseball, but sometimes you can get away with those lazy swings and get a hit out of it. In softball, you really can't. It's just so hard. Everything's so compact. Zavala gets Garnett down on strikes, and that'll end the inning. So the Cougars go quietly in the 6th. We'll head to the 7th. Folsom trailing by a run. They'll send Reginato, Zavala, and Gayton up to the plate here in the 7th inning when we come back. College of the Canyons wants you to get ready, reset, and go when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougar Athletics programs offer a great college experience. Get ready, reset, and go at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now. 7th we go. Reginato, Zavala, and Gayton coming up. As Angulo trying to go the whole way here. So Reginato, Zavala, and Gayton here to the plate in the 7th inning. Angulo, who's been good, falls behind. That one fouled away by Reginato. Reginato singled a couple of times today. Singled to left and singled to right. Was cut down on fielder's choices twice. Falcons trying to find a way here to at least make it interesting. Just 4 hits in the ball game for both sides. Reginato swings and misses. Behind the count 1-2. This part of the order's been on both times they've come to the plate today. Reginato 2 for 2. Savala has reached twice on a fielder's choice and an error. Gayton 1 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice in her second at bat. But they just have not been able to get this group up with anybody on, really. They've been the most dangerous part of the lineup right now. As the count 2 balls and 2 strikes here. Zangulo, who's been solid today, trying to work the full amount. Pitch misses up and the count is full. Trying to get Reginato to chase, could not. And for Folsom, really, it's base runners. You only need one. It's one swing of the bat ties you to the ball game. A couple of base runners can flip this game right on its head in a 1-0 game. And Angulo gets her to swing and miss. The throw down to first to retire Reginato as Garcia dropped it but picks it back up. Third strikeout of the day for Angulo, 1 down. Pitch that time from the freshman. Or bring Isabella Savala to the plate, and they're actually going to pinch hit for Savala here. It's going to send Marissa Alders to the plate. Alders, a freshman out of Granite Bay High School, getting her first opportunity today. That ends the day for Savala here. Had a pretty solid day both in the circle and at the plate. Reached twice, didn't come around to score. Didn't have a hit though in the ball game, but still. Pretty good performance from the freshman in her first game. She's lifted for a fellow freshman, and Alders will go to work with 1 down. Pinch hitting here in the 7th as the first pitch on the outer half for a called strike as Angulo works ahead. Cougars last year, for all their accomplishments on the offensive side and really how well they pitched last year, only 4 shutouts last season. Zangulo ahead in the count, 0-2 here. She's done a good job in a 1-0 game. Well ahead here. To the pinch hitter in Alders. That pitch taken away. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 away here in the 7th inning. That one misses just up and away, so the count even at 2-2. Angulo playing very careful here with the pinch hitter, and you figure you want to attack. Player's been sitting on the bench since the first. Angulo to work on the 2-2 pitch. This one lifted in the air towards right field. Fuentes there to make the play. 2 down here in the 7th inning. Folsom down to their final out. As Alders flies out. Here's Emma Gayton, 1 for 2 today. Singled, grounded into a fielder's choice. Gayton, the final out for the Cougars to try and come away with the season opening win. Gayton takes a called strike and Folsom down to their final 2 strikes. Another pitch, this time on the outside corner, called for a strike, and Folsom down to their final strike with 2 outs here in the 7th inning. Angulo, who's been pretty masterful at times today, has only given up 4 hits. Trying to finish this one off for COC and giving them an opening day victory here in their home opener. That one misses away. So 1-2 pitch misses up and away. So we're even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gulo trying to finish it off. The 2-2 pitch misses up. So now Gayton got it back to 3-2 after falling behind 0-2. So the payoff pitch upcoming here in the 7th with 2 down and a 1-0 COC lead. Fouled away, we'll do it again. Gayton trying to keep this game going. And Gulo trying to send the Cougar faithful home happy. Three ball, 2 strike pitch upcoming. Down in the dirt, ball 4. Just the first walk of the day issued by Angulo. So Gayton gets to first after falling behind in the count, 0-2. The tying run aboard. As we'll pinch hit for Pamplona here with Itzel Montoya, the sophomore out of Kimball High School, getting her first opportunity of the season. Montoya just 33 at-bats last year, but had 11 hits in those 33 at-bats. Base hit keeps things going here. And Donna Jo Dalton going to come in to run for Emma Gayton here. Freshman out of Granite Bay getting her opportunity to play today as well. 2 down, a runner on first, and a 1-0 ball game. It's the first pitch to Montoya, misses down. As we said, Montoya played in 19 games last year. 11 hits and 33 at-bats, and Jaws Wismat's going to poke his head out of the dugout. Go talk to Lexi Angulo, who's done all she can do today. Just trying to finish it off. She's had 20 of 21 outs in the ball game. Again, we talked about for COC last year, while they pitched pretty well for the most part, it was pretty much the Allie Melgar show. Although Samantha Flores came on late in the season and took over the innings lead. But for COC, it was all about complete games for their squad. Out of their 44 games last year, 32 of them were complete games for either Melgar or Flores. But just 4 shutouts last season. So trying to start the season off on a high note, despite a sluggish offensive performance. The 1-0 pitch to Montoya misses down, and Angulo finds herself well behind. 2 balls and no strikes. 2 outs and a runner on first. She's thrown 6 straight balls. This one chopped back up the middle. Munoz knocked it down. Will tag the runner at second base, and that will end the ball game as Donna Jo Dalton tagged out for the final out, and it's a complete game shutout for Lexi Angulo in her first game as a COC Cougar. She goes the whole way, and the Cougars take a 1-0 victory on what was a really tightly pitched ball game. Look, just 8 hits in the ball game, 4 for each side. Only 1 error, and the Cougars come away with a 1-0 win over Folsom Lake. A good start to their season. Lexi Angulo in her first college game finishes off a complete game shutout, a complete game 4-hit shutout. Nonetheless, only walked 1 of the ball game, and the Cougars take it 1-0. That'll do it for us here on the Cougar Sports Network. We thank you for joining us. Make sure you tune in baseball, tomorrow against Saddleback College, a 1 p.m. start from Cougars Field. Make sure you join us for that one here on the Cougar Sports Network. Have a good rest of your Friday, everybody.